Hello everyone and welcome to my digital art for beginners series. For this video one, we're going to be quickly talking about layers and clipping masks and how they can be used. Now, if you're someone transitioning from traditional art over to digital art, or if you're someone that's just starting your art career through digital, then this video is for you, especially if you're struggling to understand the concepts of layers and clipping masks. Layers is basically something that we'll see in most drawing softwares today, right? Whether it be Photoshop, Procreate, Clip Studio, you name it. Most of it will have layers and clipping masks, right? And I'm going to be showing you how these can be used to your advantage and how you can think about using them going forward when you're starting off, right? So to start off with, you'll basically see usually a layers panel, right? Just around here somewhere on the right hand side, left hand side. It depends which art software you're using, right? And what you're going to do is, usually you're going to have a background layer. We're going to ignore that for now. You're just going to open up a new layer here, okay? Start off with just a circle, real simple. You're just going to create a circle, right? Just create any sort of circle, whatever. And then basically, anything you add, any new layer you add on top of that layer will be basically positioned in front, right? So whatever's on top in terms of the canvas, it will be on, in front of whatever's underneath it, right? You add a new layer underneath everything and you change the color, it'll be behind everything, right? And you can separate these out, and this is a great way to kind of keep things, like your objects or your elements separated. This doesn't have to be just for digital painting. This can just be for any creatives that's looking to get into just using painting softwares or art softwares, right? Now, that's basically how the layers work. It's that simple. So, whatever you have on top will be at the top here, and it will just be displayed in the front, right? And then you have something in the middle, and it'll be in the middle of everything, and then you open the layer out in the bottom in terms of the layer section, and it will be at the back, right? Now, when it comes to clipping masks, all you got to do is, let's say we're going to work on, let's start off with this purple one, right? Let's move it over here. All you have to do is open up a new layer, and then you just, and I'm using Photoshop, by the way, but you'll have the similar functions on whatever software you're using. Right, so you open up a new layer and then you turn it into a clipping mask. So you just usually find something that says create clipping mask. Create clipping mask. Now you can see that this layer that we've just opened is now clipped onto this purple one, which is right underneath it. If you wanted to add a clipping mask onto some of these other ones, all you need to do is open up a new layer on top of the layer that you want to work on, and then you add clipping mask. Right, now how clipping masks work, let's go into the clipping mask layer above the purple one, which is connected to the purple circle, and let's just play with like a lighter purple. Now whatever you paint or add in that clipping mask, it's going to stay within the boundaries and the pixels of the solid shape that it's clipped onto. So that way, when you're adding, you can add in details, or you can add in text, or whatever it might be that you want to add on. Within that clipping mask that you're working on, it will be clipped onto the layer underneath it, and that way you will stay within the boundaries of the object that it's clipped onto. So this is a great way to start off with building up some shapes and then adding in details or effects or textures inside that object, right? Now we can do the same thing with this blue. So with that clipping mask that we clipped onto the blue circle in the middle, you'll be doing the same thing. You just add in, right? Just adding in. It's that simple. And basically, that's it. That's how you would utilize layers, and that's how you would utilize clipping masks, right? Now you can also group these up. Once let's say you've added multiple layers, right, and they're all clipped onto this the original purple circle, right? And then obviously sometimes when it comes to layer management, it might become a bit busy, especially when your artwork or whatever you're working on starts to get a little bit busy, and it starts getting quite detailed. You can just select all the layers together, and you can turn it into a folder, and then you can rename it, and that way it helps you keep a good management in your layer system, and everything looks clear and everything is clean, and it won't be a mess on your layer section here. Okay, so that's pretty much all there is to layers. So remember, whatever's on top will be in front, and whatever's in the bottom and the layers will be at the back. It's that simple, guys. So Hope this helps. I know there's a lot of people that's probably already knows this, but for those that don't, and for those that are completely complete beginners. I hope you find this helpful. And stay tuned for more beginner short videos. Thank you so much. If you enjoy these types of videos and you'd like to see more, remember to subscribe to my channel for more, and your support is greatly appreciated.